Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot. This reading is for Wednesday and Thursday, the 7th and 8th of December, 2022. We have a full moon in Gemini tomorrow, Wednesday, and, basically lasts for a couple of days. And it is conjunct Mars, which has been retrograde in Gemini. And I don't know. I love astrology, and I don't know, when people watch these, I don't know how much astrology you know, so I don't know how much I need to explain. Retrograde is when a planet appears to be going backwards in the sky. Of course, they don't literally go backwards, but from appearance from the Earth, it appears to be going backwards. So we call it retrograde, and it changes the energy of the planet. So Mars rules our actions, for one thing, our physical bodies, our spirit of desire and motivation, and when it's in Gemini, which it is now, Gemini is an air sign which rules thinking and ideas, and could rule siblings and neighbors and short trips, information. So I find this really interesting, because the full moon is usually a time where you kind of learn something comes to light, or something can end, it's like the culmination of something. And I'm just wondering, since it's conjunct Mars and Gemini, if there's going to be some information coming in, or an action, somebody taking an action that we don't expect. Expect the unexpected, I would say. And it's also, I don't know if you know your astrology, but the Moon and Mars are sextile, which means 60 degrees away from the, is it an asteroid or it's not a planet, Chiron, the wounded healer. So that's a beneficial aspect. So this has something to do with healing, and it's also semi-sextile, which is 30 degrees from the north nodes of the moon. And the north nodes in your chart represent the area where your goals lie for this lifetime. What are you supposed to be learning? Kind of like the new things that you're not comfortable with, but the things you need to be learning in order to become who you're supposed to be in this lifetime. That's your north node. So, and Mercury has just moved into Capricorn, and Venus is trailing about 5 degrees behind. She's still in Sagittarius. So, some things coming to, some thoughts, some ideas coming to manifest, because Capricorn is an earth sign, and so Mercury's just moved into an earth sign. So there may be some ideas coming in that will actually, turn into something. So I'm going to read a couple of quotes. The first one is by the singer-songwriter Patti Smith, who I used to listen to. Gosh, I started listening to her in my 20s. That was a long time ago. I love her. And she said, "There is no pure evil, nor pure good, only purity." Yeah, I like that. I think I know what she means there. And I had another quote picked out. Let's see if I can find it. I have too many here. Which one did I... Oh, here, I don't know who wrote this, but someone said, "What I need is someone like me in my life." Yeah, okay. So I don't know why they just struck me tonight. So one of these days, when I get my technology going, I want to do a beginning astrology class. So if anybody's interested, let me know. I think that would be fun. I love astrology, and I'm not half bad at it, if I do say so myself. I'm not, I don't consider myself an astrologer, but almost. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. I've already drawn them. Several of them came in the reverse, and something didn't feel right to me tonight about that. So I turned them right side up, then I put them back upside down, then I turned them, I don't know. I can't help it. Mars is retrograde. There's a full moon. I don't know if these should be back in the reverse or not, but they ended up in the upright. So we're going with what I did. Okay, so we start out with the 5 of Cups. And this is a sense of loss. It can be remorse over past actions, regret, sometimes betrayal, but usually it's more a feeling that we have inside ourselves, and it's a feeling because it's cups. is a feeling that we have of regret, like, oh my God, why didn't I appreciate that when I had it? Or I missed this person, why wasn't I kinder? Or, we've lost something and we regret it. And then we get the World, which is interesting on a full moon because the World is the last card in the major arcana. I believe it's number 21. Does this have numbers on it? No. And it's the snake eating its own tail, which represents eternity because the world continues to turn. And if you see, all the 4 elements are here. And again, this came out in the reverse, but I just didn't feel it. So something is definitely, some phase of our life is coming to an end. Not like immediately, I don't think, since Mars is retrograde. If Mars were not retrograde, I would be a little more worried about something happening suddenly, but I don't think it's going to be sudden. I think this is kind of like a slow ending of a phase. I've got hair on my glove. Okay, and then I drew the Strength card. So whatever this situation is either going to require a lot of strength from us or has already required a lot of strength from us, that we've had to, sort of subdue our passions. It could be wrestling with the shadow elements in ourself. Really just kind of taming, this is what it looks like, taming the beast. You may have had to, you feel like you've been through a fight. You could be very tired. You've been struggling with something, and it may have something to do with this loss or regret. And again, it came in the reverse, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I think we've expended a lot of strength on this phase of our life that is now kind of winding down to a close. And then here comes the Knight of Swords. And this is incoming air energy, which is usually, well, these are the twins. This is Gemini, Castor and Pollux from Greek mythology. So this is Mars and Gemini. Here comes information. Here comes a message. Here comes a change. It could be a change in thinking. It could be a new idea. It could be incoming information. Usually comes in kind of quickly. So that's interesting. Let's see if we can figure out what kind of message. I might draw another card for that. But then we get the Ten of Pentacles. And as I mentioned, Mercury, who rules Gemini, where Mars is right now, Mercury rules Gemini, and Mars is in Gemini. What's that got to do with the Ten of Pentacles? Why did I just... Okay. Hello. The Ten of Pentacles. Oh, because I said, okay, I get it. Mercury just moved into Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign, which is Pentacles. I knew I was going somewhere with this. Mercury just moved into Capricorn. And Mercury rules Gemini, where Mars is at right now. So there's a link between Mercury and Mars right now. So with Mercury just moving into Capricorn, an idea becomes feasible or doable. We start thinking, you know what, this could actually turn into something. It can also be, because it's Pentacles, it can also be like literally someone giving us money, or some money that we didn't know was coming. Or it can just be an idea that just came in that you think, oh my gosh, I could actually do this. Okay, and then we have the Page of Wands, which is a burst of creativity. And again, this can be an idea, but it's generally more like a burst of energy, but it can be an action, because fire is both spiritual. It's the fire within that makes you want to do things, but it can also be the physical action itself, which the planet Mars, which I've been talking about, which is in Gemini, rules. It rules the physical and the spiritual. So here comes a burst of, maybe someone's mentioned an idea to you, and you're starting to think, oh my gosh, I think this could work, and you're starting to get excited about it. But it's just it's the beginning of an idea. So don't jump too quickly into it. Think about it for a bit, Because then we get the Hanged Man. He's obviously not going anywhere for a while. He's chained to a rock with, you know, the eagle pecking out his liver every day. I think this is Prometheus, who got punished for giving the gift of fire to humans, which is symbolic of, you know, something that only the gods were supposed to have. And it can indicate a voluntary sacrifice, that you're willing to give something up. It can also indicate a period of time in which you're just kind of suspended due to no action of your own. But you're not unwilling, if that makes any sense. You might not like it. I'm not saying that. But take your time with this idea that's coming in, or this, whatever this thing is that you want to manifest. It's not going to happen right away, and you may have to give up a few things before it happens. And then we get the King of Wands. So this is truly that we've gone from the Page of Wands, which is the beginning of an idea, to the King of Wands, who is all about controlling the fire and learning how to manifest the desire, the passion, you know, the fire within. It's learning how to control it and how to turn it into something. So I think we're going to have an idea come in, whether from ourselves or from someone else, that it's going to bear fruit. And something that we're going to want to work with. There's another, I keep cleaning this off, and I don't know where these specks come from, but they drive me nuts. Sorry about that. Okay, so something's coming. I'm going to draw, how about an oracle card? If this doesn't work, I'll try something else. I'm just kind of curious about, and again, we may not know what's coming in until it already comes in. It could already have come in, but you don't realize the full import of it yet. Uh-oh, I'm not liking this. Okay. All that glitters is not gold. So, it was looking pretty good here for a while, but maybe I should have left some of those cards in the reverse. Okay. Take a really good look at this idea that comes in before you take action on it. Maybe the Hanged Man is telling us to hang on, literally, because it might not be quite as golden as it appears to be. It may light a fire under you, though, and get your creative juices flowing, and it may spark another idea. I don't know, I'm getting, because of the dual nature, the twins, and Mars and Gemini, I'm thinking, what if you had an idea or someone told you something, and you think, yeah, that's great, and then you realize that's just not going to work, but it sparks another idea that will work. Okay, that's not the, I don't think so. Well, now I feel bad because I put back a card. It just didn't feel right. If it comes out again, that one doesn't feel, why do these not feel right tonight? Okay, well, I drew this, so I mean, you can't pick and choose, but the first card I drew was actually not for you, and it just didn't feel right. So I shuffled again, and I drew Observer. This is interesting. I always think of Aquarius energy when I think of Observer. We do have Saturn in Aquarius right now, but I'm thinking, why would this come to, I need a clarification. Maybe it means to sit and observe the idea for a while, or the information that you get. And again, I'm feeling like don't act immediately, even though there's a lot of fire energy rushing in. You're going to be excited about it. But I'm getting the feeling to kind of hang on. Do I want a fairy card or a Wild Unknown tarot? I don't know why the Wild Unknown is calling me tonight. I should draw a fairy card since it's a full moon. Maybe we'll do one of each. I don't know. Go on too long here, but these cards, I love them, but they stick. We get the Father of Cups, which is equivalent to the King of Cups, which means to not be drowning in your emotions, in your emotional response. Let me grab the, I'm not truly really that familiar with this deck. Let me see what keywords they have for, oops, excuse me. for the Father of Cups here. Just want to make sure that's what it means in the normal, quote, normal, if tarot can be considered normal. Okay, Father of Cups. This one says diplomatic and open-minded. He's the most feminine of all the fathers within the tarot. A dignified man who supports his family and community. The only thing holding this man back are his deeply rooted insecurities. They are vast and affect his personality in many unpredictable ways. Yeah, that is the King of Cups in the other deck. He's kind of like the wounded healer because he's very open and very tuned into his emotions, but he can sometimes be, wow, this one just flew out of the fairy deck, so we're going with it. Interesting, because when I was reading that, I was kind of thinking about my late husband. I hate calling him late. He was never late. He would hate that. What's another word, though? I don't want to say dead. He's not dead, but his body is not here. Dearly departed sounds stupid. Okay, what will I call him? My husband who is in the spiritual realm. There you go. Okay. The remembrance. The remembrance. So we are definitely thinking of someone who has either passed on or left us. Or, you know what? This could also be, I don't know why I'm getting this vibe. Maybe it's, I think, because of my own personal situation. I have a sister who has dementia. And I'm wondering, this is just for me. I shouldn't read my own cards here. But I'm thinking that this is reminding me that we can remember people who are still here, like remembering your childhood or what people have done for you. It's kind of a sad remembrance. You can tell by the look on his face. But it's like thinking about the past and just kind of longing for days gone by and, you know, wishing you were younger, or you could go back and say, I thank you to whomever, or give them one more hug. Let me draw one more fairy card and see if we can end on anything lighter coming up here. Oh, no, dear heavens, why did I? Again, I should have stopped while I was ahead. The Queen of Shadows. So watch out for, I mean, there's a lot of positive here, actually. There's a lot of positive. There's some really good finishing up energy here, along with the regret. There's some good information coming in. There's some good ideas. There's some good energy coming in. But there's also a tendency to feel remorse and sadness over the past. Just don't drown in it, okay? Maybe, I'm not going to say don't go there, because sometimes we just have to. But don't get stuck there, okay? The Hanged Man's he's kind of stuck, you know, through no fault of his own. Well, he's suffering the repercussions of his actions, even though he did a good thing. But you may be asked to feel like you're sacrificing something right now. This is a kind of a, well, it's kind of a retrograde reading. I'm not surprised with I knew the full moon in Gemini with Mars Mars conjunct it, Mars retrograde in Gemini. I knew it was going to be tricky energy. Gemini is tricky anyway. And then, you know, it's just, there's a lot going on. So, ideas coming in, energy coming in, take your time, be the observer. Don't get stuck in the past, but it's okay to remember it and bless it and move on. Okay, that's what I got tonight. So please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if anybody would be interested in a seminar on astrology once I get my new MacBook up and running, which will not go online. So someone's coming out Thursday to help me. And also, I'm still thinking about offering some free tarot readings to people who have been on the channel since the beginning. So leave me your name in the comments or whatever, you know, your screen name, and I'll give the first free readings. I want to make sure that I know I can read the cards for people. I used to do it when I was a teenager, but I haven't done it in a long time. I want to make sure I can do it long distance, because so I'm going to give some free readings, and just all I'm going to ask for is your feedback. Is like, was that helpful? And so anyway, Hit the buttons, please, and leave me a comment if you would, if you feel like it. And have a good full moon, and blessings. Good night. Thank you.